Good morning. It's cold. Got my gloves on, but I don't want to cover up my fingers because I want to be able to use my phone. So I guess I'm just going to have to pull them in every once in a while. I'm out boondocking in Quartzsite, and it's a lot of fun, except I'm sort of like parked. It feels like a truck stop. It does. We had some 4 big, well, I call them traveling condominiums. They're big rigs, and they loves their generators, their gas generators. So as soon as I got up and I crawled out, I could hear the generator. So I'm going to be moving today later after I do my filming today. I'm going to move, trying to go off on another area. I've met some nice friends around here. I'll say goodbye, but I did meet a really nice gal. Let's see if we can get a shot of her. Yeah, she's over here. Her name is Mary. Shout out to Mary if she watches this. We're not getting too good of cell service out here, so she might not see this one, but I'll let her know. I did a shout out for her. And she was parked over here, but they pulled in, so she moved over there. But for me, it's not far enough. I mean, it's okay if they want to run their generators, and it's okay for me to go ahead and move. So that's what I'm going to do. I just don't want to be, I'm out here boondocking. If you really want to know the truth, it was quieter in the city. It really was. When I went to the parks, it was nice and quiet. I could hear ducks and stuff. Here, they've been running, and there's 4 of them parked there. They circle their wagons, and that's the way they park. And they all have generators, and it smells bad. So let me turn this around so you can see. Yeah, they got their generators going. I think there's 2 of them going right now, because it's noisy and it's kind of smelly. But so first I want to show you my setup, and when I move I'll do the same setup. So I have a new tarp system. I just tried it. I mean, I'm experimenting, like, you know. It's not like, oh, Ronald, I did a video on his tarp setup, the most awesome tarp setup. I kind of played around with my knots. What I did was I did a bowline knot, and I tied it to one of the branches of the trees, and then I ran it here, and then I did another bowline knot and tied it to the rack for the top of my van. But then, if you laugh at it, it's okay, because I'm laughing at it too. So I have 2 bowline knots at the end, and I didn't know how to get them tied up. I know. So I did a red bungee, and I tried to put knots in I know, I got to get better at this, and as I get better, I'll teach you how to do it too. So I was looking online. What I want to learn is a trucker's hitch. And I kind of practiced it this morning before I crawled out into the cold here. And I need to do it outside where I can, really practice pulling it. So I'm going to learn a trucker's hitch, and when I learn it, I'll show you guys a trucker's hitch. Because I was wondering, okay, I got the bowline knot, but how do I connect it to something else? So anyways, yeah, the trucker's hitch, and we'll try that one. So anyway, this is my setup, and this is really nice because this faces south. And so I have good shade here, and then watch this. Then I've got a lot of privacy, and I can keep the airflow, because it gets warmer in the afternoon, and I can keep the airflow here. I knew I had this, and I wanted to look for it. Yesterday I got way down in, and I found this. This is my Mosquito Netting. Do you hear the generators? Yeah, I don't really like the generators. I mean, you know, to each his own. I'll show you how I put this up yesterday. Got my magnets. So this is how I put this on here. I like to keep things simple for me. I'm sure there's more creative ways of doing it, but I knew I had this mosquito netting in my survival, my bug out bag. So, and just use the magnets, that way flies can't get in here. So I have ordered I've ordered some more mosquito netting. Yeah, it'll come soon. And I'm going to use this. And then what I do, I'll just pull it open to get in. It doesn't have to be fancy. I just want it to be utilitarian and easy to put up, easy to take down, easy to store. Because the mosquito netting, it just like folds up into this little ball. It's easy and it's lightweight. So yeah. I got out, when I got in the back yesterday, I got out my water bottle. I used it last night. I heated up water. The only problem I found with using this is it's going to use more water. Yeah. And I only used it when I first crawled into my bedding, under my blankets. Well, I was already kind of warm. This would be more useful in the morning, but how do you heat water to put that? Because this is going to be cold by morning. So I'm not too sure about this. For me, yeah, I don't really need it at night. I'm already warm, and I've already kind of heated up my the cabin area in my minivan. So, well, I'm not going to get rid of it, but yeah. I don't think I'm going to use it tonight. And then I dumped the water out. Yeah. I watered one of the plants. I don't know what else I would use it for. Because it's been in this plastic. I don't think this is BPA free or anything. It's just plastic. I really wouldn't even, I don't know. I suppose I could wash up with it, but yeah, anyways, no. It seems like a waste of water to me. Yeah, the generators have been going a really long time. And that was one of the reasons I knew that it was around this time where we're really going to have a lot more traveling condos moving in. And not just like SUVs and vans and minivans. But these guys are going to be moving in big time. They kind of gather around this time of year. The second week of January. By February 1st, they'll be kind of scattered out and go back. But this is one of the reasons that I didn't want to set up a big camp, because I want to be able to move when I want to move. I knew this was going to be happening. And the only thing that I don't like is listening to the generators and smelling it. You know, I can go into the city and park in a truck stop, you know, and have this, you know, yeah. And another thing too is they have a whole bunch of dogs, which is fine. They're nice dogs, but what they're doing is where the markers are, and beyond that, you can't park your rig out there. This is wilderness. But what they're doing is I watch them. They're walking all their dogs out there. They've got like 4 dogs over there. Each one has a dog, and they're walking them out there to go poop, and they're not coming back with any bags. So these people are not really true campers. They're just they're coming out just to use the land and not be nice to it. So I want to get away from these people. I'm going to later today. Yeah. Now I want to talk about the door lights and the discharging of our batteries while we're boondocking with our doors open so much. Felicity asked the question, how do you deal with your car battery discharging while your doors are open? because most of us, especially when we're minivans, I mean, not the traveling condos, but minivans and SUVs, we like to keep our hatch open during the day and our doors open. So how do we deal with our batteries discharging while they're open? Well, one of the main problems is our door alert lights are on, which is using battery power. See, here's mine. It shows I've got the hatch open and I've got the side doors open. And when my doors are open, these are here. It's on. Now, I've tried to turn these. I've done the door and then I turn it off. It doesn't affect it. I've dimmed this. I've dimmed my lights, which is, yeah, and that doesn't affect it either. In the back area, the cabin area in the back, I've got this, but I've tried these on and then door and then off. But my lights are still on. So I called my friend Robert. Shout out to Robert. I love Robert. We talked about the draining of our batteries. Are our batteries draining because of this? And he said, well, yeah, a little bit. What he does is he has a 20-watt solar panel with a controller and with the clamps at the end. And he attaches those clamps to his vehicle battery. He has a Class B. His batteries, engine batteries. Now, what he does, and he says, don't tell everybody to do that because he's kind of OCD about it. He actually takes his connectors, the main connectors, off and then attaches because he said it might hurt the diodes. But he says that's his own personal preference. So not to confuse you. You don't have to take your connectors off, but you do have to worry about whether it's positive or negative, okay? And then you attach those clamps. And I looked on Amazon, and I'm going to leave a picture. I'm not going to rate it. I'm not going to leave the link because I don't know if it works or not. But I wanted to give you an example of what you could get. And then you'll have to do your own research on whether it's good or not. So I looked online to see how, for my year of Kia Sedona, how to make sure that the door alert light stops going on every time I open the door. Well, I couldn't find anything about it. I didn't search a very long time, but nothing came up right away. So, but then I was thinking, well, I do kind of like to have the alert lights on if I'm in the city, and sometimes shutting my sliding door here, it doesn't go all the way every once in a while, and it alerts me. And I like that. At night, too, if I look, oh, my light's on. I didn't shut the door all the way. Yeah. So I'm going to keep those on. So here's my solution. And this is kind of what I've been doing anyways. Is about once a day, I start my engine. And I let it run about 15 minutes. You know, I started and then the alternator's running, so it's going to charge the battery back up. Because when you start your car, I mean, you know, it does use a lot of power. And I did read that the morning cold, that's the hardest. Starting your car when it's really cold outside, that is the hardest on your battery. So anyways, I am going to start it once a day and let it run about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah. I asked two fellas that are parked over here about the battery, so I wanted to get some different opinions on it. And they said, yeah, I mean, just start your car once or twice a day. And they said, run it about 20 minutes and that'll be fine. But everybody has agreed that having your lights on, your door alert lights on, it's really not going to take much off of your battery. So, yeah. But you don't want to go too long. I mean, I even see here I've got a light on, that red light down there. So I've got that light on also. So with my side door and my front door open, I've got 3 different lights going on. solar light. Let me turn this off. And I'll put this in the sun for tonight. It works great too. It actually illuminates more than the one that I had that was from Harbor Freight. So here's my battery. And this is for Robert. We had talked about what these were on my battery. These are like breakers, so that if anything goes wrong with my battery, my mechanic actually put these on. They said, Red told me this is a really good system. It's a breaker. He's not sure what they're for, but I got 2 of them. If anything goes wrong with the battery, the system, that it won't go into and short out anything else. So I'm really happy for this. And then here are my connectors. It's minus, this is one, this is plus. This is my tarp from the other side. I've got a line tied here, and it goes to the tree. And that way I have a line if I want to do laundry and hang something out like a rag so it's not wet inside of my minivan. And then it really does create great shade here. Okay, go for a little walk. There's enough people around, and I know these fellas over here. Oh, he's got one of those ATVs. He took me for a ride in it yesterday. It was great. He went down this hill. It was almost straight down. I screamed. I was like, ah! And he goes, "You've never ridden this?" I said, "No." He goes, "Well, this is what they're made for." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I thought this is the day I die. But, yeah, listen to this. I'm walking by the generators. Yeah. It's like a truck. It smells too. It's like a truck stop. I'm moving. I'm moving. Moving on up. Well, and I'll show you. This is an area where they seem to be gathering right here. Oh, we got another generator going down here. They loves their generators. So here we go. By the road. It's pretty noisy over here too. A lot of big traveling condos. I'm gonna call them that, yeah. Condos on wheels. You know, it's one thing to be home on wheels. But if you're a condo on wheels, well, you know what I'm referring to. I'm going to coin a new phrase. Condos on wheels. Yeah. But, yeah, their generators are going all the time. If one isn't going, there's another one next to them that's going. So seems to always be a generator going on. But I'm going to walk around today, and I'm going to find more secluded area, not too secluded, but a little bit more secluded. So I want to mention that the videos that I'm doing, at least right now while I'm out here at first, because I've only been here, this is my 3rd day, that my videos won't be as cinematic. I'm just going to be doing, getting some information out to you, show you what I'm doing, and not worry too much, because I don't have the time to worry about perfect lighting, things like that. And another reason too is that I need to get my video filmed and edited before the afternoon, so I got to do it all in the morning, because cell service sucks out here. It just does. Let me see. Yeah, it really sucks. And so I told you that I was going to be comparing my Verizon with my T-Mobile. Well, here On BLM land right here, Verizon seems to be working the best. Yeah. And it was weird because it isn't just, Arizona out west, it works the best. No, it depends on where the towers are. And I don't think there's any T-Mobile towers going on. Although I do know that AT&T, if they're still using, I know T-Mobile merged with Sprint. Does that mean that they're still using AT&T towers? I don't know. Good question. So if you know the answer, let me know. Comments. Another thing too is on the battery issue that I talked about. If you know better or if you have a suggestion, please leave in the comments. Okay, well, I'm going to get my film edited, get it up. Well, if you're watching this, I got it done. I got her done. And I'm going to spend the rest of the day after that walking around and finding a new spot. Bye.